And welcome back to the Super Burly Bros podcast.
Welcome. Season 2.
All right.
We did it.
Well, I'll just start off by saying we were supposed to have a very specific guest here tonight.
Yeah.
And as you can see from our framing, they're not here.
Yep, they're not here. We're going to have our friend Dan Degnan, who's an actor and a writer and a father and a good friend.
Yeah.
But he had some family obligations and could not attend today. So I'm sure we'll have him on sometime pretty soon. The exciting thing that's going on with him, do we look at the camera or do we not?
No, you don't look at the camera.
Oh, shit. I looked at the camera once already.
Why would you do that?
I'm sorry.
So we'll get back to Dan, but right now, as you can see, we are now going full steam ahead with cameras.
Yeah.
And Aaron...
I've already looked at the camera once.
You don't do that.
Can we get I need to get a camouflage thing for your phone. Cause
is it because it has the white case around it or something?
Yeah, it attracts the eye a lot. And I know you like your marble skin on it, but we're going to have to put that in camo, bro.
Oh, I could use my other one. I think it'll still shoot the same.
No, it'll be fine.
Jeez.
Just trying to make some jokes.
No. Anyways, you don't look at the camera on a podcast.
Okay.
As you all can see, we are now recording video so you can see our faces.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, my nose. So you can see all this. This is what you wanted, right?
We're good at being on camera. People know that.
Well,
they say it about us.
It took a year to get good on the microphone.
Yeah.
So you guys just have another year of bad
I'd like to think
camera work.
I'd like to think, it took about a year to get good on microphone. I think we can cut it down to 6 months for video. So,
I mean, we've been doing some stuff with video now. If you follow us on Instagram, check that out.
Mm-hmm.
There's videos now.
Yep.
And I'm hoping we can get together a little bit more and we can start to do more video stuff.
Yes, I would very much like to do that.
Yeah.
If you are interested in checking out any of the video stuff that we're doing or start to do, it's also Super Burly Bros on YouTube. So that's where you can find the video of this episode and then further videos that we put out.
Yeah. And so back to Dan.
Back to Dan.
He was actually going to be on here because he was going to talk about his new film that is coming out actually on Friday, the 18th.
Yes, it is called Greywood's Plot.
And, we don't know much about it. Well, yeah. We've seen the trailer and, we'll try and find a way to get it to you guys.
Yeah.
Without getting yelled at by YouTube.
Yeah.
If anything,
we'll
small
put a link.
Videos.
Yeah. If anything, we'll put a link for it so you can check it out. It looks like it is a horror film.
Mm-hmm. Horror noir.
And that's really all I know.
Yeah. Something about dogs, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't know. Since, we follow who they are. But
we will be attending the premiere on Friday. It's part of... It's
the Twin Cities Film Festival.
Twin Cities Film Festival.
Yeah.
They're having the premiere. So we're going to be going to that. I think as of when we were recording this, there's still some tickets available. So maybe we'll figure out where to put a link for that.
Yeah.
If you want to go.
If you want to. But
no pressure.
No pressure. And, we will have Dan on the show in the future. But for now, it is just the two of us trying out this video format.
Yeah. It's going to be an awkward one, guys. So just strap in.
I don't know why, but this feels more awkward with just the two of us and two cameras versus last time with two cameras, another person, and hot ass wings.
Yeah. I think it's just because I will say, and I think it's a good thing, but I was actually a little nervous for today.
Really?
Yeah. Not I think just of that I am taking season 2 more seriously. And so it was just man, we're starting something new. And so I did have a little bit of nerves about it. And
keep going.
And I just think it's a good thing to, I think I should be doing things that make me nervous. And I feel it's not like this is a huge risk or anything like that.
Right.
But, it's something new. I do have some nerves about it. And I think that's probably a good thing for personal growth.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you said that, because I was actually feeling the same way. And I had really buried those feelings deep down.
Well, here they come.
And they just came back.
I do feel
Where's your silly putty?
it's over here. I'll play with that instead.
Stick to the silly putty. Show the camera that you play with silly putty.
My silly putty. I looked at the camera again.
You're worse than the Russo's nephew.
I don't get it.
One of the Russo brothers had their nephew. Well, I guess they're brothers, so anyways, one of these kids in the family was like during the Professor Hulk meetup when they're like, whoa, you're different. This dude like looks straight at the camera with the group of friends that wanted the autograph. Oh. And one of them just was looking just.
And that was one of the.
And it was just like someone was picking it apart and they like made a joke. Okay. And now it's kind of like an awkward thing. But anyways. Yeah, it was giving me nerves because like I know what we look like and I know.
Oh, no. I get it.
And it's not like, I was thinking, oh yeah, people have never seen our faces. It's like a podcast. People don't know what we look like, but our album art is like us.
Our faces, yep.
And we are very clear about like, you can find us here. We're friends. And we like, it's not like people don't know what we look like to begin with.
Yeah.
Like radio people.
And I don't think, like, I'd like to think that there are, but I don't have a whole lot of faith, at least at this very moment, that there's a lot of people who don't personally know us that are participating in this. But since I know, like, I have coworkers, so I have people that are my friends, but they don't know you. So and I'm sure vice versa. So it is nice having that, so people can see who we are when we talk.
And then, and we're also not trying to hide anything, but bringing the cameras in here, it's a new feeling. I will say
I'm wearing the hat to hide my receding hairline. So I'm hiding a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that.
Yeah. I mean, most times you wear a ball cap anyways.
Yeah.
Ain't no thing.
Yeah. It's fine. It's who I am.
It's who you are. And it's wonderful. Anyways. So today, we blew insulation in the attic.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that the other day.
And
was it fun?
I didn't do a damn thing.
Nice.
Jackie did. She like crawled up there, and I have a picture I can post, or I could. Oh nope. Can't show you because Yeah. But no, it's great. It was
See, I thought this was something that like a professional had to come out and do for you.
No.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you want it done the right way, but if you're okay, like having it done, and you can learn anything on YouTube. Honestly, you can. So I think that, we watched a few videos for Jackie to show her how to put up baffling, and then you just like mark how many inches you want for each R rating. So it goes from like R30 or R20 to R60, 80, whatever it is. Basically, the amount of insulation increases. Someone's got to know what I'm talking about.
Hopefully, somebody out there.
But basically, we had to blow in a total of like 18 or 17 more inches into our entire attic.
Oh, okay.
To get it to a specific rating we were looking to go for, just for our home and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, she crawled up there. She did it. But it was a good thing because she was the only one that would fit.
Yeah.
Like
I was going to say, like, obviously you don't have like a full attic. So I was like, how big is it up there?
It's not very big. Like, yeah, I can't even compare anything in this room. Like,
yeah. I've never looked at the attic at our house. Cause when I lived in the small room, the one that Paul's in now, in the closet there's the little ceiling thing to get up into the attic from there. And I'm too terrified. When I lived in there, I was too terrified to peek my head up because I watched The Grudge when I was young. And
oh, was she in the attic once?
It was so the very beginning of the movie. It's the like babysitter, the nanny, or whoever, the caretaker.
Yeah.
It was not Sarah Michelle Gellar. She's in that, right?
I don't know any of the people that were in that movie. Like, names.
Oh, okay.
I actually can't really remember much of it.
So basically, right at the beginning, there's some girl in the house, and she hears something, and so she goes to look up in the attic, and so she like pops her head in through the little thing, and she's looking around, and then the ghost lady is right there and like rips her jaw off.
Rips it off.
Well, you don't see it happen, but like, you know, she gets got.
Yeah.
And then
they find her and she's like,
yeah, they find her later on and she's like walking around. I never understood if she's dead or just fucked up or what happened, but yeah, she's walking around and she did not have a jaw.
Oh, geez.
So
okay,
that's why I don't look in the attic. Because that,
you know, I'm glad that I had already done my like peeking around in there, because I did that a lot this afternoon. Where I would just poke my head up, turn around, look. Okay, Jackie's still there. She's not like passed out. Because I imagine that she would have a really hard time like being in that small space. You're doing an unfamiliar task, and then you're also wearing goggles, a respirator, a whole hazmat suit.
Yeah,
and it's just like that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff, and we had to like tape a headlamp onto her head so she could see. She's also wearing a hat to keep stuff like out of her eyes and keep her hair down.
Jeez.
So it was
a whole ordeal.
It was a whole thing, and then your wrists and ankles are taped. Like, are you feeling uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Are you listening and watching? Are you feeling uncomfortable? Because
I'm uncomfortable.
I imagine that's how she felt. But
yeah, you know, 10 minutes into The Grudge and that part happens. So you lucked out. Well, it sounds like you had a fun, exciting weekend.
Yeah.
I know this is your only weekend day. So
my weekend is now complete.
Yeah. Well, I went on Friday night. Stefan and I went and we saw Tom Segura.
Nice.
At Northrop on campus. And
that's where that is. I wanted to look up when you're like, oh yeah, I was at Northrop. I'm like, that's not near Dinkytown. What the fuck?
Oh yeah, I don't think I responded to that part of the message. Yeah, so Northrop is like where they would do like the graduation and shit. It's like the big building at the end of the mall.
All right. Yeah. I've definitely been there for Dominic's graduation.
Okay, yeah. So it was there. And our seats were actually pretty good. Well, because we bought like the most expensive ones that we could.
Oh, Jesus, really?
Yeah.
I thought you bought like cheap tickets. So even if I wanted to go, I would have bought cheap tickets and I wouldn't have even been with you.
Yeah. Well, and me and Stefan were, we were close, but we weren't together. He was like immediately behind me. Because I think they space out, you know, single person seats.
Yeah.
In like weird spots or whatever.
So that you don't feel single.
Yeah. Oh, I felt single.
You like turn to the left, turn to the right. There's people necking, and you're just like, man, I'm cutting jokes left and right.
Dude, it was a close call. Thankfully I was medicated, but so, you know, when I was doing my ticket, I refreshed it a few times because it would say like the aisle and the seat number and stuff. And I picked one that looked like it would be on an aisle. And then when I got there, it was at the end of a row, but up against like a wall. So it was like what I specifically did not want. I was like trapped in there. So it was normally it would have been very uncomfortable. It was a little uncomfortable still even, but it was a good show. And I forgot about it pretty quickly. But yeah, Ryan Sickler was the opener.
I don't think I've ever I didn't look at the name and I was like, oh, I know who that is. I don't. Not familiar.
So you know how I showed you this is off of the podcast. I showed you that that skit with about James Brown's height. That
Oh yeah. Okay.
So the other guy in that video is Ryan Sickler.
Okay.
Probably don't remember him, but he's that guy. and he has the Honeydew podcast.
Oh, okay.
At Your Mom's House.
Okay.
He's pretty funny.
Now it all makes sense why they're together.
Yeah.
All right.
So he did a like 15-minute thing, and then Tom did like an hour. I wish I could just remember more of the bits he did. Like, I laughed my ass off for sure, but I can't really remember much of it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right. Shit.
But it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we're just going to take a brief commercial break.
Yep.
All right.
And we're back. And you may have noticed on YouTube, there was no break.
We never left.
We don't actually have to do ads for YouTube.
Suck it. Actually, what I noticed, I went to watch our video once, just pulled it up to see like, wow, it's there on YouTube. We're actually making videos. There was a commercial that played over it. What? And I was like, I don't, do we get money for this ad placement here?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Wait, because YouTube's ad stuff has changed since we were in Charlie Siren, because these days for you to actually receive your stake in monetization,
you have to have like so many followers and
subscribers. I think you have to have 100 subscribers, or maybe it's 1,000 subscribers.
Well, it's like 1,000 subscribers and so many views over blank time.
Oh, okay.
To even become able to monetize.
Yeah. Which is pretty bullshit.
Yeah.
But here we are.
Well, we're doing it because we wanted to try in season 2.
Yeah. And we're not here trying to make money.
Yeah.
If money comes, cool. We're not going to turn it away. But yeah, we're here to keep it spicy.
Wait, are we supposed to be looking at the camera? No, we're talking to each other.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Though I feel like it's allowed. I feel like it should be allowed. I don't want it to be a thing where I'm like trying to like make a point not to.
Yeah.
Because like if you think about it, so we're having a conversation, but we have an audience. Yeah. And we are speaking to them as well. So I feel like it's rude to not make eye contact with the audience.
Yeah.
All right.
Interesting.
In 3 seconds, we're both going to look at the camera, give some extended eye contact. I think we'll get over it. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I did mine.
I mean, I'm not worried about that. I'm just thinking about the end product of when we actually go to put this together.
Yeah.
There are no like away shots. So like when you're talking.
Mm-hmm. Oh, like we don't have any wide angle or anything.
Yeah, we don't have a wide angle that captures like the two of us to just like have a conversation.
Yeah.
But all I need is actually another tripod. I have another phone.
Yeah.
Because we're doing this on our phones.
Yeah, doing it on our phones because we're cheap.
Yep. But we also have never done video before, so
yeah.
Why break the bank?
Yeah. I can try and see if I can find another one of these tripods that I got, because I got it on Amazon. It was super cheap.
Yeah.
Since we're not doing like rugged, on the go stuff, cheap works.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't even know why I have that. Like, I don't remember why I bought this tripod thing, but here it is.
Yeah. I think you bought it when we were in the band still, and I think it was for the GoPro.
Oh yeah, because we wanted to do video for that as well.
Yep.
Another, failed attempt down YouTube lane.
Does Tane still have our GoPro, or did we get it back?
No.
Okay.
It was. I lent it to you to lend to him. Damn it. So, yeah, we're gonna need that back.
Yeah, Tane.
Hey, yeah, he can listen to this while he's out on the road.
Yeah,
having fun.
Yeah, Tane, I hope you realize you totally did not speak into the mic enough.
Yeah.
Everyone was upset.
Yeah.
We all talked about it.
Real not cool.
You're in trouble.
But that also reminds me that his show is actually on Sunday, the 20th at 7th Street.
Yeah.
So busy weekend for us coming up.
Busy weekend. And I'm getting tattooed again on Saturday.
Seriously?
Oh, I'm getting the thing filled in.
Oh, okay.
What do you want from me? I'm going to keep getting tattooed after that too. To be clear, I'm trying to finish the sleeve.
By when? Do you have a time?
I would say the very optimistic person in me would be like, oh, I want to finish by the end of the year, but I don't think that'll actually happen. But I don't know, within the next 9 months. Okay. It'll probably be sooner than that.
All right.
Because I've got, fill in this guy. I'm going to do a spider web on my elbow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get a nautical star, not scar, because fuck it.
You've wanted one since you were
I don't care.
A tween and...
Yeah. So I'm going to do that. And then...
Wait, so you're doing a spider web and a nautical star on the same arm?
Yes. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to be right next to each other. But I'm thinking of putting, having in the spider web, like either a piece of pizza or a taco stuck in the web.
Why not both?
It might be both.
Like,
because
do you have a favorite, like a gin and tonic? But I don't think you'd know unless you could see the lime. You could be like, all my favorite things in one place.
Well, because I think of that because the spider web tattoo is traditionally like about there being, addiction. That's actually what it's supposed to be about being like caught up in something, either being like caught up in the criminal system or addiction. And
I did not know that.
Yeah, I'm definitely addicted to food. So
yeah,
that's my addiction.
Yeah. Like we've been watching episodes of My 600-Pound Life.
Holy shit. I hadn't watched that before.
Yeah. Does it not help? Like
it makes me feel a lot better about myself, but also terrible too.
Yeah. But it inspires you to just, make better choices.
Yeah.
Early on in your life.
Yeah.
Well,
we're at least trying to turn it around.
Turn it around before you just can't turn around.
Yeah. It's also very vulnerable because people can see us now. So we got to try and keep it together a little bit more than we did before. It's going to be a bit more of a challenge.
Yeah. We'll see.
But
we can make this video disappear too.
We've definitely said we're going to do a lot of things that we've never followed through on. So this could be one of them. Hopefully not.
Yeah. I really do want us to continue on. It'll take time getting used to seeing our face now every week as it's going together. But, you don't have to watch the video.
Yeah. And that was one thing, I noticed just with the hot wings video was just trying to get used to seeing myself. And
hearing yourself.
Yeah. I'm pretty okay with my voice at this point, which is nice.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's what I sound and look like. It's like, oh, so that's the voice that's coming out of this thing.
Yeah. Well, I just noticed how like fidgety I was. Like I know I'm fidgety, but especially like I noticed I was like always like,
yeah, I feel like we need to have like an under the desk cam and look at your feet. No.
Oh shit, I kicked the thing. I'm sorry.
We might.
Okay. We're back.
All right.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I need a marker that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
That you had me on this podcast. You should have picked a friend with better self-control.
Oh, no. You have just enough. I mean, you're getting all these tattoos.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Just spending money like,
when you have that disposable-ish income, why not?
Disposable-ish is a good term for it.
Should you dispose of it? No.
Probably not. Would it be more helpful in an emergency? Definitely. But I got all this room on my credit cards because go on.
I wasn't trying to cough you out. I'm just going to keep coughing until he stops talking.
Yeah.
My dad told me yesterday, he's like, don't be upset. But, I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
Mm-hmm.
But your brother's getting your grandpa's car in Florida. I didn't even know it was a thing at stake. But he just feels bad having to pick between the three of us, who gets the car.
Yeah.
And none of us had even thought about getting any of his possessions as he's moving in with my parents and can't.
He's still alive.
Right.
People wouldn't think of these things.
But it was just like one of those things where it's like, well, you just have the lease. Dominic has his brand new car, and Dan's is in need of a car.
Yeah, he's a father.
Like, he's a father. I'm like, yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah.
And then I was like, what year is it? 2015 Honda Civic. And I'm like, that's a nice year.
Damn it.
Damn it. That car is still 5 years newer than my car.
You don't want to own a Civic, though.
No, they're like the number one most stolen car.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Yeah.
And I hope that doesn't happen because he's a father. But
like what goes down in Woodbury, really?
Well, they're out in, technically it's like it's Lauderdale, not Fort Lauderdale, but just Lauderdale, which is really just a small subdivision of Roseville.
Oh, I didn't know that they had moved.
Yeah. It was a fun time.
Was that like years ago?
Yeah. No, it was like a year ago.
Oh,
but we did it like later in the day. We didn't start moving until like 6 p.m.
That sounds like Tane and Ellie.
Yeah. Tell me about it. But Dominic was like the whole time, he's like, I have to work a 12-hour shift tomorrow. If I don't get 12 or whatever many hours of sleep, people die. And I'm like, I know, but we are already here. We have committed. This move has to happen. Like they had to move out of their house. Like it's sold.
Yeah.
So it's like we have to have everything out by now. And then when we got there, like there were still things that needed to be packed. It was a time. I know those are not the proper ways of preparing to move.
Yeah.
But he's a father.
I feel like that excuse only goes so far though. He's also a teacher. I feel like that's a lesson he should have learned already.
But, I love him to death. And I was just like the whole time, I was like, come on, you guys. Like, we're just going to keep working at this. And just diffusing and keeping everybody happy. And it was a lot of fun because we don't get to spend much time together, even though we live in the same state. Our schedules just don't line up. And
he's a father.
You get it now. But, it's just, what was I saying? Oh, so he got the car.
Oh, okay.
And then my dad said, I wish I'd never given him a laptop because I guess he was having some pop-up ad problems. And I'm just thinking to myself like, oh, Grandpa, what are you looking at?
What did he do?
Well, my dad, like he was going through the system, like trying to, okay, check this, check that.
Yeah.
And it's a PC. So he's got McCaffrey or whatever, but he's still getting whatever sort of pop-up spam. And it was like girls something or like whatever it was. Like he didn't specify what it was.
Yeah.
I think he saw like girls or XX and he's like, nope. Just like
tornado going.
Yeah.
So Grandpa.
So it's just one more thing. Like guy loves Trump.
Oh no.
But I guess he has gold at his trailer.
What does that mean? Like, why are those related?
They're not.
He's got gold, though.
He's got gold.
You say that like it's a redeeming quality of like, well, he likes Trump, but he's got gold. Yeah, it sounds exactly like a Trump supporter to not have any faith in banks and is resorting back to the gold standard. He's like, the government's not going to last long, buddy. You got to get guns and gold.
Well, the sad thing is he had to sell his guns. So now there's no one to protect his gold.
Yeah, now you just put his business out on the internet that they're like, oh, this guy's got gold and no guns? That's an easy target.
He's old.
And he's old.
Should I also say he's diabetic? Just get a little too much. Bye-bye.
Oh, shit.
Okay, that's too far.
A dark turn.
Okay. Sorry. Now people can see the evil.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm almost all the way moved into the upstairs room.
So if anybody that remembers like a few weeks ago.
Yeah. 2/3 of my bed frame has arrived. I don't know why that shipped in separate parts. Yeah, they shipped. I got the footboard first, then the headboard came the next day, and then it was the next day. The side rails were supposed to come, like just the actual frame part. I don't need like rails to not fall out of bed.
Yeah,
just to be clear.
He needs bumpers. Like a bowling alley.
No, I stay in bed pretty well. But yeah, those haven't come yet. I don't know why they would ship. Like, I get they need to be in separate boxes. It'd be a big box to have it all together. But like, why they are shipping on like arriving on different days? Like, how are these not coming from the same warehouse? Like, the footboard and the headboard specifically, like they match.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they in different places?
Okay, I have a few thoughts.
Okay.
So each piece weighs so much.
Mm-hmm.
To avoid a shipping charge, they probably packaged them separately.
Okay.
The warehouse was probably out of the piece that they would have sent with the whole thing, but they had to order in more.
Okay.
Just a thought.
My other thought was that all three pieces have been on the same UPS truck, and the guy who's delivering it is just like, I'm only making one trip with a box. And so he's like, he'll get the next piece tomorrow. That's what I'm imagining. He's just like, I don't want to keep going back and forth from the car to this house.
Okay.
I got a quota to meet. I got to keep going.
When did those arrive?
I got one on Wednesday and one on Thursday.
Oh, geez, that is like really spaced apart. So then you're still waiting.
That is one day apart, just to be clear.
I was thinking of my next words, not what I was saying.
Okay.
Sorry. So you said you have 2/3 of it.
Mm-hmm.
That's your headboard. Oh, is it the headboard and the baseboard together in one package?
No. So I got the footboard.
Yep.
Is one. The headboard is one. And then the actual like frame of it, of like that those two pieces attach to.
Okay.
That has not arrived.
Gotcha. Okay. I was thinking it was coming like each side was being delivered separately. And I'm like, that's 4 pieces.
Yeah. No, I got 4. I think they like, because I got 4 shipping notifications. But the 2 rail ones have the same shipping number. So it is technically, it's like they had it broken up by 4 pieces, but they're like two of these can go together.
Shit.
Not all 4 though.
Well,
but my mattress also shipped,
but not arrived.
Yeah. It should be here on Wednesday. That's what it says.
Oh.
So, everything's coming up Millhouse.
You should be able to have everything you need then, by the time your bed actually arrives, it should be put together.
Yeah, like next weekend, I should be sleeping like a normal man.
Well, then what are you sleeping on now then? The couch?
A mattress on the floor.
And then once the new mattress comes, what did you do with your old bed frame?
So the frame is still down in my old room along with the box spring. Okay. Because the box spring's not making it back up out of the basement.
Do you need a Sawzall? I got one.
No, Stefan's got all that shit. Stefan,
what a guy.
I think he has all the tools. He could just build us a house. I think he also knows how to do all those things.
And I trust his craftsmanship.
Yeah.
I should really have thought of him if I need to do like actual project stuff.
Yeah. And it's ridiculous. He just loves helping too. Like,
he's a really stand up. He should come back on season 2.
Yeah, I definitely think he should. Because he always is just like, oh yeah, I'll help. Like when Ellie came over to paint in the bathroom and the closet in my new room.
Did you tell her what colors to paint it?
No, it was that because years ago, Nick, when he lived there, he had painted like the whole house, and it was a color that him and like Ursula had picked out. And apparently he just never actually did the bathroom or the closet in that room.
Oh.
And so they're like, we know that these rooms need to be painted. And they're like, we'll do it before you move in. I'm like, okay. And then they were a little behind. And so it was just Ellie because Tane was already on tour. And Stefan's just like, oh, I'll help.
What? Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not going to help. Like, you guys have fun with that.
Go paint my room. I'm going to go watch TV.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Because the TV, you can go downstairs now and watch it. Or did you bring it upstairs to the living room?
TV's upstairs in the living room. And then Stefan had an extra TV, which I now have in my room. Because I don't need a 55-inch screen in my room.
You say that now, but you really will miss it.
I'm sure I'll miss it. And I still own it. But like the TV that I have in my room was in the living room during the interim between when
buying a TV.
Yeah. And it was sad. Just like how small the TV was for the room. It was like, this is just disappointing to sit here and look at.
Disappointing.
Yeah. It was just, we've had a 55-inch TV in the living room for years. Mm-hmm. To downgrade to like 40. This is like,
Wait.
It's pretty bougie, I know, but still.
Hold on. Sorry, I was having a really hard time following the numbers.
I could kind of sense that.
You can see it on my face.
Yeah. Everyone can now.
Yeah, I guess. But the TV that Tane and Ellie had, how big was that?
55 inches.
And the one in your bedroom is?
So the TV I own is 55 inches.
Okay. But the TV that Stefan was like, I'll put in the living room because I have an extra one, is 47.
It's 40 something, I think.
Okay.
And then I took that one and put that in my room now.
Got it.
Because I'm like, let's put my bigger TV in the living room. We can all share it and, fits the room better. I can put a smaller one in my room. I don't need a huge TV.
Got it. Okay.
I don't even need a TV, but it's there, so I'll take it.
Yeah, I have a 33 or 35-inch little TV. Mm-hmm. But I'm also I try in most nights just listening to some massage music or meditation music and just do that.
Yeah.
And just fall asleep in darkness.
And that's what I do most of the time too. Sometimes I will I'll lay in bed for a while and watch something. But then when I'm I'm going to go to sleep now. And so I'll turn off the TV and put on some music or something and just dark room. What
do you guys usually do when you're going to sleep? Do you have a TV in your room? Let us know somewhere. Figure it out.
Yeah. So I think we have a new segment.
We do.
Don't we?
Yes, we do.
So our good friend Trucker Jeff, is going to be having a recurring segment for a little bit at least. We'll see how much content he wants to be putting out there. He wanted to have a little thing where he could say something. We haven't actually listened to it yet.
No.
So we don't know what this is going to entail. I made a little soundbite for it. And so, we'll run that and we'll listen to it and something will happen.
All right, boys. Well, for my first little rant here, I want to talk about headlights. I think we've all been on a road and we've seen that guy coming at us with these ridiculously bright blue or bright white headlights. Mm-hmm. Now, I understand they think they're doing themselves a service by expanding their field of vision. Mm-hmm. But let me tell you, as a professional driver, I guarantee that you could take at least 25% off the brightness of most people's headlights and they'd be fine. Mm-hmm. All it is a distraction and a potential hazard on the road. Well, that's it for number one, boys. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with him. Fucking bright headlights, those LED ones that are really bright, they suck.
Yeah. I love mine.
You son of a bitch.
But
I actually don't know if my car may have those as well. I don't know.
Yeah, they definitely do.
It's
they? 2018. Yeah. they definitely do.
I'm that guy.
You're that guy. You didn't even know you were that guy.
Yeah, no.
Because I just put in headlights, and I think we talked about it a lot, but I was noticing the other day it didn't seem like it was actually illuminating much of the dark road that I was driving on last night, And then I just started to think maybe I just have night blindness where I can't see that well at night.
Yeah.
And I'm just fucked.
Well, you probably don't have like night blindness, but like you might just have reduced vision.
Yeah. Because
that's life.
that sucks.
That's getting old.
Because I was really enjoying, because there was I think it was probably just during the burn-in time where it was like super bright and I could see everything. I know the bright, my high beams are ridiculously bright. And obviously you don't drive with those on all the time. So they're always like, wow.
Yeah.
But I did have to flash someone with them the other day.
Oh, shit.
I was like, hey, come on, let's go.
I don't know if I've used my high beams yet. I must have, but
It just like burns a beam through everything like Cyclops.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good contribution, Jeff. I think we all agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Why do they make them so bright?
because people like me want to see more because we have weak eyes.
But then everyone else sees less because it's so blinding.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. But I mean,
It's quite a trade-off.
so my rebuttal to Jeff is, and this is just, I don't know how this segment's really going to develop. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
nobody knows.
I don't think he'll respond to what I'm going to say, but he'll hear what I have to say, and
Yeah,
maybe he'll
yeah.
leave something else. But here's the thing. How much do you actually see of those bright lights when they're just the regular beams, not high beams, because high beams do have a wider spread. But you're in a truck that is elevated much higher than the regular traffic. So how much of that is actually getting into your eyes? I'm just curious. I'm not, denying the very real fact that you actually do get, blinded by headlights all day long when you're driving all day and all night.
Yeah.
But how much would you say that actually like gets into your eyes? I mean,
Yeah, that's definitely a good question because those beams are specifically angled lower so that they're illuminating the road in front of you.
yeah. So maybe they just have them, up too high and they need to adjust that. But that's, still, thank you for that, contribution. And we're looking forward to the development of this new segment.
Yeah. And I actually have a question for Jeff, mainly because he's a trucker and so he knows trucks, but it's something I've seen and wondered about. Do you ever see it where you're facing like a semi that's at like a stoplight?
Yeah.
And it's like the first one to go. Light turns green and they start going and, it's a slow trucking along to get started. Do you ever notice where like the whole cab of the truck, it seems like it shifts like left to right a little bit?
Yeah. Like the fiberglass frame is just like not sitting on the.
Yeah. Like, and I don't understand why that's happening. Like where the whole thing would shift left to right and just
like, why is that?
What's going on? Why is that? Jeff, let me know. 'Cause I imagine you're in the chair when that's happening.
Yeah.
So hope maybe
And maybe the next time if you're ever up on delivery, you let us climb up in your truck. Just because I imagine when I was reminded the other day when I was a kid, when I think it was during Dare or whatever, they had a helicopter land on our track and field.
Oh wow.
And we got to not climb around in it, but we got to step up into and look at the instrument panel, and it was very cool, all the buttons and knobs and stuff. So I just, I want to, look at that stuff.
I want to fiddle with all the knobs.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. But that is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Our Dare program sucked. I think we just had officer friendly. That's all we had.
Really?
You guys have that?
Was that the name of your McGruff dog?
No, it was.
It was literally a person named Officer Friendly.
Well, it would be in elementary school, we would have it would always just be if they would bring a police officer in to talk about be good and don't do crimes, and I'm going to be the one who arrests you if you do. But they would call him Officer Friendly because they're like, oh, don't be afraid of cops. Little did we know.
Shit.
Yeah.
No, I don't think, I don't think I've ever like not gotten anxious when I see a cop or get pulled over.
Yeah.
And I am rarely breaking the law.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't instill like calm and like, yeah, the good guys are here. It's like, oh fuck, what did I do wrong?
Well, that is just what even if you're not, a minority who's often being fucked over by the cops.
Yeah.
Like the role of the police in the United States is to like generate income for the state, where they're looking for infractions rather than looking for like, oh, how can I help? It's like just on, they're on the prowl of like, all right, who's fucking up? What can I get someone on?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, that's not super helpful. Like maybe look and see like, oh, what needs help? Like, what can I do to make this world better? And I don't feel like they do that.
No.
And that's what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was I heard what you were saying, but I was just thinking about something else.
I was listening to you, but I just wasn't, and I preferred to just think about my own thoughts instead. I get it.
No, I was thinking about cutting this episode together because
just
I wanted
cutting out this whole thing where I was talking. I get it.
I mean, kind of, but then the video wouldn't line up.
Bunch of jump cuts.
Because I wanted to put in Jeff's new, like his intro thing, but that's just going to have to be next week because I didn't have it all together before you got here.
Oh.
Because I didn't see the email.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't you just still play it over, just like plug it in over, like just before it played?
No, because I wasn't recording that.
Oh. Whatever. I don't care.
I don't know. This is it's all new. We're trying.
Yeah, we're trying. Mainly Dustin is trying. I'm trying to try, but there's just not a whole lot for me to do.
Yeah. He's trying.
So, I'm trying.
But anyways, I think that this is a pretty good spot to stop here because
I think so too.
I don't want to talk about AirPods.
All right, we'll get you on the next one.
Keep it spicy.
See ya.